Welcome to a session where you are going to learn a little bit about how to start plyometrics or introduce plyometrics into a workout, increase your springiness, increase the strength of your feet, ankles, knees, and hips, and maybe even your spine. There's some cool research on jumping training to treat osteoporosis, so this has an application there, or just generally increase foot speed for different activities or drills. So this is how you would begin. Now I've drawn what I would call a four square on the floor. Now it's just basically two white lines crossing each other with four quadrants, and I numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4. Because down the road, when we get into like level 2, level 3, level 4, this is what you would do. It's called four square, and then you follow the numbers as they're prescribed. We'll do a little bit of that today. So I'm going to use the 1 and the 4 side. So I've just got a number 1 up here and a 4 here. So the front square and the back square. All right. To start with plyometrics, we'll always use both feet together. All right. And the idea is to jump and then land under control. So the getting used to being like having the heels off the ground. We will take off with their heels leaving, then jump. And here's the important part. When we land, it's reverse, so we land on the balls of our foot and then really don't come down on the heels until the jump is complete, and then we can rest if we're coming to the end of that session, okay? So, so a good place to start, get used to being kind of up on your toes, so heels off the ground, and all I'm going to do is jump into the front box. Land. My heels never really touched until I'm done. I just did one, so I'm done, and then I can stand relaxed, all right? The next piece is just to back up. So again, get ready to jump and then jump backwards. I land, feel springy. When I'm done, bring my heels back down and I can rest, okay? So that's where you would start. Now, it's possible that one forwards and one back maybe bring up some issues with like how do your feet feel? How do your ankles feel? Just one jump forwards and one jump back is maybe where you start and end for the day and see how you feel the next day. Now, if you have a little more capacity with this, we can add a few more repetitions. And it looks like this. I jump forwards, and I pause, and I jump backwards, and I pause. I jump forwards, and I pause, and I jump backwards, and I pause. During that whole process, I'm not landing on my heels at all. If my heels touch at all, it's just as I regain my balance and get ready, then the heels come off and I jump. I land on the balls of my feet, all right, come back down on it and then backwards. Whew. Okay. So I might do that 3 times, 5 times, 6 times. Pay attention to your body. Your body will tell you, okay, we're done right now. Okay. And right now, meaning maybe take a minute or 2 to rest and then try it again. When you go to try it again, your body will tell you if you're actually done or not, okay? The plyometrics or jumping requires your nervous system to be fully engaged. And then if you've never done it before, your body might not be familiar with this process at all. So start slow, see how you feel the next day, and progress from there. All right. So we just did the front pause and then back pause. The other thing you can do at this beginning initial level is go sideways. So I'm on my 4 square, and this is the other side is the 3 square. So all I'm going to do is jump to the side. Boom. And I pause, and I go the other way, and I pause. That's 1 each way. Boom. How does that feel? Well, maybe we can do it. Pause, 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 pause. Get ready. Every jump has a very specific intention, like I feel like I know what I'm doing, and I'm landing where I want to land, and my feet are where I want them to be, okay? Because you might find that sometimes you'll land, and then your feet are like in weird places. It's like, oh, how did that happen? Well, it's just because we're not very good at it yet. So I did like 5 or 6 jumps side to side, and I'm listening to my body, and if it says, oh, this is starting to feel really cumbersome and uncomfortable, then stop. Give it a rest. If you want to try it again within that session, try it again. Again, your body will tell you when you're done or not. When it starts to feel really uncoordinated and your spring is gone, you're done. Come back in 2 days and try it again, okay? All right, next level is where we take the pause out, okay? And this is a pretty big jump, but it's the necessary jump that we want to make, where we no longer land and pause and land and pause. So it's boing, 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 boing. So I'm going to go back to the back to front, front to back. So I'm in the 4 number and I'm going to go to the 1 number. And I'm going to watch the floor so I can see where I'm going, okay? So I'm going to take off and then like so, 3 or 5 or 7 repetitions. Um, you'll notice that there's a big difference in what's happening with your body when you transition up to this boinging back and forth. It's no longer a pause. The upper part of your body, and especially the head, no longer travels the distance. So I'm going to use two different parts of the square, but you're going to see me from the side now, and you'll notice, I'll do the first one, and you'll notice my whole body moves, and this is really kind of obvious, but just watch. Look at my head. I jump forwards, and I pause. Now my head is over my body, over the 4 square. I jump backwards, and now my head is still over my body on the 1 square. But watch my head when I go back and forth without the pause. Okay? My head kind of stays right over the line, the border between the 2 boxes. That's what'll happen when you take the pause out. Okay? All right. Now again, that's the front to back piece. Then we transfer that from to the side to side piece. So I'm going to jump back and forth and take the pause out. All right, now I feel like I'm doing moguls down a downhill. And you notice there, my head ended up being right over the mid part and didn't go from side to side. Just my body went from side to side, just like those mogul people, okay? So, again, 2 or 3 or 4 repetitions of that is sufficient to stimulate you. Listen to your body, do what you can, and then stop when you kind of lose the coordination and you lose your springiness, okay? So that's the next progression, okay? Now, from there, it can get really dynamic and exciting, and we can kind of create kind of workouts based on the numbers. So we got a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. So in a program, I would write, all right, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, right? I could also write 1, 4, 3, 2. That's just going the other way around. So I'm just following the numbers, all right? Another way to do this is introduce some diagonal movements. So from 1 to 3 to 2 to 4. All right, so 1, 3, 2, 4. 1, 3, 2. Whoops, I missed that one. I went from 2 to 1, okay? And so that's the point, okay? In that last one there, I felt my feet kind of spreading. They weren't landing together anymore. So to be honest, doing all these demonstrations, I might be coming to the end of my neurological capacity, and I can't even do this anymore. Anyways, so that's a good representation. I'm not faking it; it's actually happening, of how these things progress and where you start, and then how you move it forwards. So, with that, good luck, jump safely, and I'll see you again.